everybody, welcome back to the Sports Place where we talk sports and have sports debates. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe below, and let's get the show started. Okay, so Cleveland has officially announced their name change for the baseball team from the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's appropriate? The time? What do you think?
You call it, Savon, you want to take it?
Let me take it real quick, because me coming from the great city of Washington, D.C., and already experiencing this in my not my Washington football team, but the Washington football team, changing their name from the Redskins to the Washington football team. I have to give Cleveland credit for actually giving their team a real mascot and a real name. The Cleveland Guardians, I appreciate you guys for actually taking time to realize the effects you may have caused people with using that logo and using that name for so long. Washington football team came to a great end of the Redskins name and logo, what was a year ago? So I feel like they kind of like started a little trend and gave people more courage to put that in place. So Cleveland, go you. I appreciate you guys thinking about the lives you may have impacted, especially with the logo you guys chose to use and the ending you guys chose to use. Me and Ben, we were talking about this before we started recording, how outlandish the logo was and the mascot was. But I'm going to let Bimmy touch on it more. That's all I have to say. Congratulations to Cleveland. You guys have made a big step and change that you don't even realize yet.
Absolutely. I think it affects future generations in positively, in a way that it affected them negatively while you had it. Once you realize that, okay, we have this name that's really affecting a lot of people, even not a lot of people, but it really affects a market of people really negatively. You should do something about it, and that's what Cleveland did. I thought it was great. They retired the mascot. I want to say Chief Wahoo. That mascot was scary looking. It was scary looking. I guess it was meant to be smiling, but it had so many aspects of it that just looked like a caricature of a person, and that's from the image of the mascot. It was offensive to me. It wasn't something I want to see all the time. But I definitely want to commend the city of Cleveland for making that change to the Guardians. Come to find out that the Guardians is based off Guardians of Traffic, some statues that they have in front of the bridges in Cleveland, and that it does reflect the city as well as like a double entendre because it's the Guardians. That sounds a real cool name. The logo's awesome. The different styles of the logo are awesome. I think that it's great that teams are finally starting to understand, like, you can't just name your team, especially without permission. You can't just name your team after a specific ethnic group. Like, I'm totally fine, honestly, with Florida State's Seminoles because it's a specific team. They a specific tribe. It's not just the Indians, and we all know how politically incorrect even the term Indians is when you're referring to Native Americans because it's still Indians from India. So, like, back to the Seminoles, you're representing a team in good faith. I do believe they paid to use the name. There's licensing agreements. They can't just go out there and use the name. I think they promote it really well. It's not a bad look. St. John's used to be, I forget the Red something. There was another offensive name. But now they're the Red Storm, and this, they made that change some time back. There are other teams and other programs, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, that are seeing, like, you can't just name your team an ethnic group and think that it's going to be fine, especially when you look at when a lot of these teams were created back in early 1990s. There was no diversity on none of their committees. There was no diversity in America, especially at that level. Maybe look how long it took for Black players to actually play and Asian American players to actually play in these leagues. So it's great that we're seeing a change. Any pushback is nonsense. It's a great logo, great name. great style font. Congrats, City of Cleveland. Keep doing it up. I know LeBron left, but at least you got that, yo. At least you
Also, I
got
gotta
that.
shout you guys out for using the name Guardians, man. Shout out to the New York Guardians, man, the XFL team I play for. So
Oh,
go Guardians, man.
So what do you think about like you said there are other teams? What about Atlanta Braves? Do you think that would be a one that would need a change, or
Braves
can that one go?
to me is not as offensive, but if they do make the change, because I do know the Tomahawk
Yeah.
logo,
Yeah.
and I can see if somebody said, you're portraying it wrong, and because of that, because there's a negative impact, change it, because you can build a better brand, literally from a marketing and branding standpoint. It gives you a fresh start to do something even better, and you already have your city with you. So it's like, we could sell more merchandise, and now this becomes a throwback. Honestly, just for thinking from a little bit of from the dollars perspective, but then because then you alleviate all the negative press about yourself, and you can start fresh with something that you really, really like, as opposed to something you're picking up on from some gentleman who bought the team back in 1920
Also,
for
get
$150.
look progressive in a way, even if you're not really progressive. So it's good for your team and out. So I definitely feel you on that. But like I said, the Braves aren't as outlandish as other teams have been in the past, especially with the Cleveland Indians. Like, I just keep going back to the logo in my head. Like we been talking about it. It was
That was a little rough.
wild. And like I said, I've never really been into baseball like that, so I didn't really know too much about these teams. But at the same time, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And what's right for you guys to do is come back, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave your best thing, hit that notification bell so we can ping y'all when we dropping something. We appreciate you guys sticking with the Sports Place, and we'll see you guys soon.